And here we are for the last, well, not the last, but the last game in the actual round-robin placement Torment. This is going to be IC versus UE, the finals, which will determine, for the most part, the seed for the actual RU Gaming tournament, which we will be playing, over the next 6 months, because we like to drag our feet around here. The scores currently stand with UE and IC tied for first place with 4 points apiece. This game will decide who will have top seed in the future tournament. And following UE and IC tied for first, we have the three-way tie between Dash, Noda, and Mr. Zach for third place, which we will resolve in some bonus videos, which will determine their ultimate seed. So I'm rushing out here with an SCV to make sure that no immediate Zergling aggression is forthcoming while I get my wall down, or at least started. Anyway, I see going for a hatch first approach, which gives me... I guess I never see that, but I do see the two drones, which it's a little bit of a giveaway. So we do see the hatch first approach, geyser, and a spawning pool soon to follow here. Apparently I opt for a more defensive play than an immediate expansion. Let's face it, IC scares me. He's probably the best of our crew. He doesn't know it, he doesn't admit to it, but he's probably the best of our crew. I continue to scout, checking for more tech structures. Is he getting more gas? Is he getting a roach warren? What can I expect to see from him? Lost my scout, sending out another scout, because scout, because I'm terrified of IC. So picking up a second geyser, and I should be dropping a factory in just a minute here. Definitely keeping my barracks busy. Starting a marine patrol up here to turn back any kind of overlord scouts that might want to pop their eyes in and check out what I'm doing. Getting even a forward scout to see if I can catch one approaching, but unfortunately I never seem to catch one of these. I see correcting course on this overlord, having spotted the marine, I'm sure. Here's my factory going down, fully saturated geysers. Look at that! I see also with fully saturated geysers. That's why he's probably the best of our crew. Not yet working on Zergling speed. Guess he's going to be putting his gas somewhere else. I don't think I pay that much attention to the fact that the pool is not working. But I do take note that this roach warren, at least so far as I'm aware, is not here. And that his expansion was less than fully operational. In similar pattern to my game against Mr. Zach, I'm getting out a Hellion to further my scouting goals and coming up with a starport. Starport and an armory? What am I doing? I've seen mostly Zergling structures, not a heck of a lot of gas. I'm probably expecting to be facing Zerglings and roaches predominantly. Getting some marauders, additional marines. Looks like I'm going to be trying to... more Hellions. Looks like I'm going to be trying to go for a bit of a ground push. Notably with Hellbats to cover myself from any kind of Ling swarms that might want to try this thing in. I see responding to my scouting activity with a spine crawler in his natural. I continue to see and confirm a Ling Roach style, trying to get some damage in on these drones, but I don't think I'm going to actually achieve a kill before these queens clean me up. So still no losses for IC. 250 resources lost in my case, taking the form of largely workers and a Hellion. Reactor on the starport giving way to the obvious these things, medevacs, to support my what is technically a bio ground push, because Hellbats are considered biological in this form, and getting up a command center so I can expand on the back of my push. Apparently not really planning any kind of long-term use for this factory, not getting any kind of add-on, not getting Blue Flame with the tech lab, not getting a reactor for faster Hellbat production. Probably the better choice, considering my income is already pretty well taken care of, whereas IC, uncharacteristically, has a massive bank. Gate goes down for me, suggests I'm going to be popping out as soon as I can here. Command center flies out to take the natural. And there's the move out, leaving one Hellion in its faster form so as to scout ahead on my way out. Because it would be a very bad surprise for me to run into the Roach Hydra army that IC is now producing. Pretty spread out here, but taking out the Zerglings positioned on the towers, denying him some map vision, poking up the top, spotting his army. And I don't want to be facing that. So I pull away, and I disengage from his army. I see maintaining a defensive position at his natural, but caught completely unprepared for the drop in his main. Going for a two-pronged attack, those that are left out here move in to keep his army's attention over here, while my infantry drop does its job up in the main. I see tries to respond, but it's running a little late, and he's gonna lose his lair. And then I'm just gonna leave. Just gonna leave. He will take down one of my full medevacs, which is quite a pain. And I drop here into the natural, which this is probably a terrible mistake, because he's got this massive army. He's going to roll right over this, and I'm going to have relatively nothing at home to defend against this push, because he knows I've got nothing left in these. Trying to prepare for his push, I'm dropping down 3 bunkers at my front and transferring workers to maintain some kind of income, because look at that, 3 mules. I have not been macroing during this time. My total production while I was out doing that is a handful of Marines. Great. IC is just going to roll in here with this big old snowball, and I'm going to have no way to stop it. I've got a couple of Liberators to hopefully discourage him from pushing up the ramp, but he's got more than enough Hydras to stutter his way up and knock out anything in his way. To one Marine trying to be a hero. I see completely undeterred by the Liberators. Just walks up the ramp, busts down the gate. Nothing in production at this time, although a drop going out, possibly going for some kind of base race. Trying to save the workers, and that's just not going to happen. I don't know if this is intentional, but he stopped those workers quite some time. Yeah, he's letting the workers go. Drop lands over here, gets faced with 2 queens and a number of Hydras. And the spine. They will clean this up. And there's just no point in my continuing from this point forward. I have no base, I have no appreciative military. There's the GG. IC wins the round-robin portion of the tournament with a total of 5 points, leaving UE in second place with 4 points, and a three-way tie for third, which we will resolve in some bonus games, which we will not be doing this day, but soon, trademark.